Welcome back to the drawing board, where I, Alec Bean, rebuild teams in need of rebuilding. And today, we're taking a look at the Baltimore Ravens. For starters, the Ravens don't need too much of a rebuild. They just got rid of John Harbaugh and had a new coach, Jesse Minter, come in. They just barely missed the playoffs last year. However, Lamar was hurt. That offensive line isn't good. That offense in general, outside of Lamar and Zay Flowers, isn't too great. Mark Andrews proved he wasn't that great. Isaiah likely might be on the way out. So let's take a deep dive into this. Obviously, we'll start with the new head coach, Jesse Minter, defensive coordinator from the Chargers. I think it's a good hire. I think this defense is really good for Baltimore. However, I think they should have brought in a more offensive-minded guy to mesh well with Lamar Jackson. Obviously, Lamar is one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he is healthy. Now, I think Minter is going to bring in some really good offensive guys, some more modern style kind of people that will adjust well with Lamar's style of play, ultimately giving them a good base for a good season coming up. Now, moving forward to the draft, this Ravens team, they really need help in that offensive end. Their offensive line is not too great, especially that interior. And the receivers, Zay Flowers is obviously really good. DeAndre Hopkins is kind of washed up. Mark Andrews proved that he's human last year. Isaiah likely, like I said, probably on the way out. He's going to want a tight end one role. He's going to want that money. So, in the draft, in the first round, I think they go with a guy like Jordan Tyson. Receiver out of Arizona State, obviously really good. Receiver being drafted in the first round. This could be the guy that gets them over that edge in the receiving department. Obviously, you never know with rookie wide receivers. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. I think Jordan Tyson's a big hit. I think he'll be the guy for the Ravens down the road. Now, moving into the second round, they have to go offensive line. They're going to go interior offensive line. They could go on the outside too, move somebody to guard. All we know is that they're going to go with the offensive line in the later rounds, probably second, third round. They're going to be going with offensive linemen. I think, honestly, having Jesse Minter as the head coach, a defensive-minded guy, could be really huge for the offensive line, considering how good that Chargers front seven was in the playoffs. Especially, Khalil Mack getting to Drake May a ton in that game. He made Will Campbell look like an Amazon driver, as we know. And Will Campbell said, you give up a sack a game, you're going to be working at Amazon. And obviously, nothing wrong with that. But I think they need that interior offensive line. I think Jesse Minter helping out that offensive line with how good of a defensive coach he is would be huge. Now, moving on to free agency, this Ravens team has $22 million in cap space, roughly 23, and they're going all in on Trey Hendrickson. They're going to get him from the division rival. And the Bengals, they need defensive line help, and this is going to help them out just that much more. Now, obviously, their defense, their secondary, phenomenal. Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey. These are good players. Their secondary needs no help. Their linebacker core, Roquan Smith, is insane. I think they just need a little bit of help on that defensive line. I think Trey Hendrickson would be a huge get for them with that $23 million in cap. Now, this is, like I said, they didn't need much of a rebuild, but they need to be built up. They need to be coached well. They need to be coached hard. Considering Harbaugh is gone now, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a new look Ravens team. I have high hopes for them coming into this year. Lamar can stay healthy. Jordan Tyson turns out to be the guy that he is, and that O-line can protect Lamar. I think it's a big season for the Ravens coming up, and you better watch out for them in the AFC North. All right, well, that's going to do it for this rebuild of the Ravens. I'm Alec Bean, and I will see you next week.